guys, we're here from OVTCAST podcast with Aborted today at Summer Breeze Festival. Please introduce yourself for our audience, that they know which voices belong to who.
Okay. I'm Sven. I do vocals for Aborted.
This is Bob, and I play drums. The Bob drums and Aborted.
Yeah.
What do you think about the show? I think it was a pretty awesome show. Fans had a lot of fun. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was early.
There was like five people.
There's at least like 10 people, so it was good.
Yeah,
it was really
on
good.
stage.
Yeah.
They were all naked women, and that was pretty cool.
Dude, there was one that was like shooting barbed wire from her vagina. It was wild. I had to like dodge it.
I heard about the backstage massages. Was it something like that?
I'm definitely gonna try that later.
Yeah.
My back hurts, so.
There's barbed wire though.
There's barbed wire?
I don't know.
Sick. Maybe I could get a barbed wire tattoo and a tramp stamp. That'd be sick.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I saw a barber. I'm gonna shave off my head, and I'm gonna have the Asian massage therapist rub on my butt. That's gonna be great.
That sounds interesting.
I have a very sketchy experience with massages. So
okay, tell us.
It was when we played Australia.
Well, this is not supposed to be ever talked about.
Well, we went to this Asian massage place because it looked reputable. There were signs everywhere that said, "Don't ask for any sexual favors because we're professionals."
Yeah, of course.
Don't embarrass yourself. So I was like, we have like a 30-hour flight. What could go wrong, right?
Yeah, sure.
So we got massages, him and I, and halfway, like she's doing the back and shit, like she's, a really good massage.
Starting.
Yeah. And then she turns me over halfway, and all of a sudden grabs my junk and goes like, "You want massage there too?" And I went, no thanks. And we still had a good 20 minutes left of really funny and awkward massage.
Okay.
It didn't happen to him.
No, really?
Just me.
I walked out and I was like, man, that was awesome.
Maybe just for special customers.
Yeah, and he was like looking at me all crazy-eyed.
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I fucking called it though.
What was it, the same girl or different?
No, it was two different. We were two separate rooms.
At the same time, but
yeah. And it was just like, I fucking know this is gonna happen. I bet it will. And of course it happened.
Would you have liked to change because you didn't want it? But did you want it?
No.
Of course not.
I wouldn't have wanted to change it.
Yeah.
Very good to say afterwards.
See, this is something that's never been talked about before, so there you go.
Good start for the interview. But I need to ask a serious question. I think it's kind of interesting because are you a real band? You said in another interview that you start rehearsing this stuff sometimes also after the record is finished because you don't see each other very often or you live far away from each other.
Little.
Would you call that a real band or just a touring band? Or?
It's a real band.
Yeah, I mean, so in my opinion, like, I think it's pretty cool that nowadays you don't have to live next to each other to write music together. Back in the day, it was basically like either one person wrote everything, which kind of is similar now, but there was more either you were the unit that was in the same area that always did everything together. It was like a family type thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Or, nowadays it's still like that, but we have time away from each other where we don't want to kill each other all the time, and all that crazy shit. And it kind of gives us some air to kind of like, think about the music differently. We can listen to the music more now and not just think about like, oh, we're playing, it seems cool. Because every time you record something, it's completely different coming out of speakers than it is when you listen to it.
So everybody records their own stuff and send it to each other?
Pretty much, yeah. A lot
you
of
play
times,
along to it?
So a lot of times, like, most everyone plays guitar or whatever, So that enables us to kind of send music back and forth to each other, give ideas back and forth, and kind of just write music that way.
Okay.
So we're all still putting in parts to that music, and everything. It's from far away, so we get a different idea of the song.
But you don't have a jam session where you practice?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good to go and practice the songs before we go and record them, just to make sure these are going to be cool live or whatever,
You do practice them, of course, before you go on tour, don't you?
Not usually. I mean, we do individually, but as a band, depending on how big the tour is.
So professional you need.
It depends. If it's an actual tour, yes. If it's like this, the festivals, we don't have the opportunity. Everybody flies in. And
where does everybody of you live? In which country or which city?
I'm in Belgium. He's in California, but Northern California. The other guitarist is from LA. So even if they're both from California, they live 8 hours away from each other. The other guitarist is from Denver, and then the bass player is from Rome.
From where?
Rome, Italy.
Ah, okay.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think for me it would be hard to practice like this to get a real connection, but you're a lot of tour, so
that's the thing. You don't really get to vibe off other players that easily until you've played with them enough. That's always going to be the case. But you tour enough, you do shows every night for 30 days. It becomes a routine, and you get that same vibe that you would if you were to practice together, kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, if you tour a lot, do you have a funny or scary tour story? Except for the massage thing, that was pretty funny. Or maybe a scary one?
Scary one.
Or you wouldn't recommend any other band to do something like...
I'm trying to think. Our bandwagon driver, the guy who normally drives for us, tried to shave his head with what was that, like a dull razor or something?
Like what?
Our driver looked up on the internet and read somewhere that it's better to shave your head with a dual razor rather than 5 or 4.
Oh, okay.
So he did that, but it was also not trimmed. It was
it was long hair. Or
yeah.
1 centimeter or something. Not good.
He looked like he got in a fight with a lawnmower.
And I told him, you read that shit and you actually believe it. It's yeah, stupid.
Yeah, stupid. Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, he came back and it was so patchy and bloody and everything. It was just oh my god.
I mean, it's also with a normal razor, before you shake your hair with a trimmer or something.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He winged it, and it was just oh my god, what the hell?
And with Aborted, you're a really extreme metal band, of course. How do you define extreme music? Does it belong just to the music side or lyrically side? Can a country song be extreme, for example?
I think it kind of goes together. I'd definitely say the music has more to do with it than the lyrics. But, I mean, you can't really write about fucking Bang Bus. Well, you could. You could. But you can't write about, love songs or whatever.
Dude, I mean, you can. Type of negative and shit.
I mean, that's not extreme metal.
Yeah, it's extreme.
No, it's not.
Nah,
No, really.
I mean, I write love songs about dead people, but that's different. So I think it kind of
but the
ties
dead
it
topic
together.
is also extreme, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's both.
Now I'm trying to think if there's any love songs that I know, but I don't listen to lyrics, so I don't have any idea. I'm just gonna stop.
So in general, for you too, is it more about the music, or also? I mean, you write the lyrics. Is it also about the lyrics?
I think it's a combination. It just goes together. It's
also if you listen to other bands.
Well, not really. I mean, I'll always write something that I feel fits the vibe of the song, because to me that gives it more impact or meaning. some people don't even listen or read the lyrics. But, you know, I mean, for me it's important. I try to at least, since I don't play guitar, I try to at least do a good job of that.
Yeah. So the other guys do the music and you just do the vocals?
Yeah, I mean, he writes a lot of stuff, and then I guess I'm involved in the way where I just comment on stuff and we work on structures.
Yeah, a lot of the last, like TerraVision, for example, it was kind of like I would write a lot of guitar riffs, I'd put drums to it, and we'd kind of think about what we wanted to change with the song, where we wanted to go with it, and kind of work on ideas that way. Just because, like, not everybody's always able to come up with ideas right away, but some people have good ones that we can just work on and, you know, just work on them that way. So,
yeah. And you get a pretty much output, I think. Albums every second year and a lot of EPs lately. What keeps you going? Is it just things that come to your head so often that you get so much stuff to put out?
Yeah, I guess we like being productive. Yeah. I mean, we work hard and believe that it's also good to, you know, give something to the fans, you know, so instead of letting them wait fucking 5 years for a record.
Do you think nowadays it's even more important to put out regularly stuff? Because everybody can rap right through it on the internet?
It depends. I mean, I think it's good because there's so many bands putting out shit all the time that if you don't kind of stay relevant, it's easy for people to forget. We have short attention spans nowadays, you know.
That's it. Or if you miss one track, half a year later you get the other track and something.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, like, Behemoth can wait like 5 years to put out an album and people will love it. So it just depends on which band you are and what kind of fan base you have.
It also depends on the fans. If they stick to you or if they just switch to another band and said, after 4 years, fuck them. Maybe. In TerraVision, you mix current problems with kind of a slasher 80s vibe. What do you think is the most significant problem these days, or what keeps your mind rolling?
I think a big problem these days is where there's different things going on. I think anxiety, depression, and you know, burnouts and shit are a big problem because. For a lot of people, they work 2 jobs or whatever, and in the climate that they're living in, it's paycheck to paycheck. It's for some people it's really rough out there. So we live in a time where everything is so on demand that, like, you order something, you expect it to be on your door today or tomorrow, but there's a lot of pressure on that. I think that's just an example with the shipping, but in a lot of aspects of work, I think there's a lot more pressure on people for money or their job and whatever. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of how can we say? I think disillusion because we had a generation that was shielded from a lot of stuff from their parents, and then they get
digitalization and globalization.
Yeah, you get shielded from a bunch of shit, and then you get into the working world where
you mean that
you know you get there, and then it's just like there, fend for yourself, sort it out. And for a lot of people, I think it's very confrontational because they don't have that security network or whatever. So I think there's definitely a lot of interesting and weird things going on. There's also a lot of information out there, but people don't seem to want to bother putting in the time to actually research stuff.
Can't handle every information, maybe.
Yeah.
Overload, kind of.
Yeah, you see something on the internet. Yeah. That's true. I mean, you know, this
attention span of
a chipmunk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. And yeah, if it gets too much, then you burn out. 21st century disease, kind of.
Yeah, it's and it's very, you know, surprising in a way because everything is so easily available. You know, information, whatever. If you just make a little effort, there's so much out there.
It's also a problem. You can get everything. You have access to everything, but what do you choose? So,
yeah. It's the same with music.
Yeah,
there's so much music out there, so much
It's also a
cinema
problem
out
on
there.
this festival. I think it's about 130 bands,
Yeah.
and you need to choose. I just have to choose between Airborne and Rotting Cry. It's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you go see any bands here you need to choose between?
We haven't really had time to watch
Well,
everything yet.
we got here, we had to set up on stage, and then we have to eat, and then we're doing some press, and there's a lot of friends we haven't seen in a while, so we want to hang out with our friends too, so...
You're leaving this day, tomorrow, or stay here?
Tomorrow we play Frantic Fest in Italy, so we're flying in the morning.
So also pretty busy.
Yeah.
How do you handle that when you got a band and a job? Is it also kind of an overload, or is it a good weight for your daily job to play in a band?
I think I'm the only one with a day job, am I?
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, I'm the only one with a day job. I'm a freelancer, so I can more or less arrange my work. But it means a lot of the times on tour. Right now, it doesn't make sense because there's the travel is retarded. But when we're actually on tour, I do work most of the day before the show. So I was doing a website for a big event in Belgium when we were in the US. And some of my days are wake up at 9, work until 9 at night, walk on stage, go to bed. Yeah. So
That's it.
you got to make some sacrifices to make it work.
But as a freelancer, you can also say, I do it that time or that time. You're not. Let's call it home office.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be in that place in Belgium. That's also good. What I find kind of interesting these days, last week I heard the term Netflix and kill, because there are a lot of true crime series becoming more and more popular, about mass murderers or something. Do you get inspiration from kind of these true crime series, or is it more fictional you think about?
Not really. I mean, I did that for one record, Strychnine, which was based off serial killers in general. And some of the older stuff talked a lot about serial killers. I think with retro gore, there was a lot of fantasy of the 80s horror shit going on. While with Terror Vision, it was a lot of what was in my head that had to come out. So there's a lot of different stuff going on in there, dealing with the way I perceive how some global events are happening, the whole media involvement with that, and depression or whatever, those kind of things.
So
it's
other problems than last month.
Yeah. I mean, and with the new stuff, it's the same. It's what's in here that I'm trying to get out there.
You also heard that you have some songs left from the Terror Vision session that you would maybe put out an EP or for the next record?
We're putting out an EP very soon, but it's new stuff.
Awesome.
So we wrote two new songs, and there's one song that didn't make it to Terror Vision because we chose to keep it for an EP. The album was too long, so we had to make some decisions. But we're super happy with the song, so we want it to be out there. So.
Nice. When will it come out?
Probably right before the tour, mid-October.
Okay. Yeah, you're on tour with Beast and Entombed.
Yeah.
That's also a nice line. Do you watch any current movies, maybe, or horror movies? Or
Yeah.
you can recommend to our listeners?
Hereditary was good. That was
What?
Hereditary.
Don't know that.
That was pretty good. If you're into that kind of occulty type stuff, Midsummer was pretty good too, by the same guy who did Hereditary as well.
Don't Breathe was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Don't Breathe School. What else was there recently? There's been a bunch. They're pretty cool. Of course. Yeah, they had a remake one.
Yes, the second is about to come.
Yeah. I thought the Pet Sematary remake was pretty cool. The Child's Play remake
with
was
some
pretty
nice
cool.
twists in it.
Yeah.
That's always good if they do a remake but do it a little different that you don't expect. If you
I
say,
agree.
I know what's happened. Oh, it doesn't.
I agree, and there's a lot of people that get really upset when they change it a little bit, but I'm like,
Why?
then just watch the old one.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you say? I mean, it's a bit some years ago about the new Evil Dead. Did you watch that?
I thought it was cool. I was a little disappointed at first because I think I had too high expectations for it.
Okay.
But all in all, it's a good horror movie. The only thing that bothered me is that everything is like they open a page in the book and it happens.
Yeah,
like
they don't read the books.
It's too scripted. Like you see a picture of a head with nails in it in the book, and 5 seconds later there's dude getting nails in the head. So I thought that was a little strange. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I really like the end scene when the rain was the blood rain.
That was cool.
Is there a movie you would like to write the soundtrack for, or what do you think? Which movie would fit to your music?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, it'd be cool to do any really like kind of suspenseful horror movie, but I mean, it'd also be cool to do video game music.
For video games,
any of that kind of stuff. Like, I think our music could work with any of that stuff. To be honest.
You play a lot of video games, maybe also on tour?
Not so much on tour, but in general, yeah.
Okay. What game do you play now? Or more?
Just finished Days Gone and Devil May Cry 5.
Need to check that out.
I think we're both really waiting for Borderlands to come out.
Yeah, Borderlands 3, that'd be good.
It's coming out in September, I guess.
13th?
Yeah.
August 13th?
August? No, September.
Yeah.
So...
just it's the first one.
Dude, the second one's the best one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the second one's so good.
It's one of the best games ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to play that.
It's very fun to play co-op, so that's usually the way to go about those games anyways.
Yep.
Let's talk a bit about the cover from TerrorVision. Did you send your ideas or the album to pair all of?
Yeah.
Did you talk about it, or did you send the music and he said, "Oh, it sounds like that," and I draw that?
No, it's just pure concept. He didn't hear a note of music.
Okay.
I don't know if he has listened to the album at all.
He does a lot of artwork.
Yeah. But basically, I gave him a briefing. He made a first sketch, which was a little bit too on the nose. It was like at first it was like a camera, like a big ass monster with a camera head, because of the media thing, and there were people sitting in front of a TV with like their brains out and shit. I thought it was a bit too much on the nose, so we came up with the idea of the thing, the puppet master, like the big ass weird monsters that are like piercing
with
people.
the nails through your back.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we did a fucking killer job. I mean, we made it really quickly, and
okay. How much time does it take for him to draw a picture like that?
I think we had done like 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, it was quick.
It was really quick.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, he's professional. As I said, he does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The deadline was kind of getting late on that one. We're like,
You also got, in general, nice t-shirt designs and everything. Is there a merchandise product you like to print your logo or your cover on?
Yeah, we're doing some silly stuff soon. We're doing a beer.
A beer? Okay.
We're doing hot sauce.
With your own flavor you'd combine?
Yeah. We're doing hot sauce.
Interesting.
And I think we always said we wanted to do coat hangers, right?
Yeah.
Do what?
Coat hangers.
Coat hangers?
Yeah. The shit you hang your clothes on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a joke in there. You think about
I
it.
think so.
You think you got it?
It's just one coat hanger? Is it one coat hanger, or is it maybe the hand of the TerrorVision cover, or is it a penis?
They used to perform abortions with coat hangers, people at their homes.
Okay.
That's why it would be funny to have a coat hanger that says aborted.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I just thought about a hook, that where you hang your coat about different thing. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever been, or did the concert was denied to you because of your name Aborted?
Oh yeah.
Or of your music?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Any country in the Middle East, China.
Okay.
So we Dubai, Egypt, and China.
Have you tried the second time over there, or?
Well, we actually played in Egypt. They just changed the B into a P.
Aborted?
Yeah. But the funny thing is that in Arabic the P sound doesn't exist. So instead of P they say B. It's written P, but they still
so it's the same,
pronounce
yeah.
aborted, so that was kind of funny. And they, like, it was really weird because we got there and our faces on a huge ass billboard by the highway and shit. It was weird. But yeah, Dubai, they asked us again, but we were like, ah.
Yeah.
We heard a lot of bad things about
They just said your name is too offensive, or
in the lyrics.
the lyrics.
So I don't want to risk getting in trouble because
Yeah, sure.
you know, and China, I mean, they canceled, like we had a whole Asian tour booked and they canceled it literally
Oh, really? A whole tour?
like 3-4 days before us getting there.
Yeah,
So-
that's hard because they needed to check it out if it's possible or not. Then they said, yeah.
No, we got to Beijing, we spent a day in a hotel and we flew back out.
Okay. Did you see the city?
Huh? No, we had that whole Asian tour. Thailand.
Okay.
We flew to Bangkok. We flew to the Bangkok.
The Bangkok. So next thing coming is an EP because you also have 20th anniversary of your first record and next year 25th anniversary of the band.
Yeah.
Is there anything special you do except for the EP?
I mean, we're doing that tour with Tune and Based, and it's gonna be like 2-3 new songs, which are probably the most retarded, crazy shit we've ever recorded,
Okay.
for sure. And then next year we're gonna take it easy because we want to take time to write a new album. So there will be very limited shows. So if you see us on a bill next year, it's gonna be rare.
Okay. So 2021, there's the next record maybe?
Normally.
Okay, that's it for my questions. Is there a question you have never been asked but always wanted to answer?
Yeah, man. How much poop is too much poop?
Depends. If you see it or if you go on the toilet by yourself.
I have no answer. I don't know.
It's a never-ending question.
It's
Never
we
know.
asked Thierry and she answered, "Are you unhappy?"
I mean, if you need more than an hour on the toilet, it's too much.
Yeah.
But sometimes you spend an hour on the toilet and nothing comes out, but you know that something's right there, so you have to wait even longer.
That's
Have
hot
to,
stuff.
they need the couches.
Okay, yeah.